Hello and welcome to Verizon NASCAR Cup Series coverage of the Baskin-Robbins 350 at Phoenix today for race 13 of 20 in the Verizon NASCAR Cup Series. Gonna be an interesting one today. For the first time in a while, Kevin Harvick lost the points lead. Command to fire the engines. So as I was saying, recently, after a previous race, Kevin Harvick lost the points lead to Clint Bowyer. So a look at your starting lineup. Starting on pole is going to be Parker Kligerman, who is on a heck of a drive recently. Went from around last in the point standings in the first couple of races. Is now in like 4th. Truex starting 2nd. Suarez 3rd. 4th, Byron. 5th, DiBenedetto. 6th, Bowyer. 7th, Castle. 8th, Johnson. 9th, Harvick. 10th, Bowman. 11th, Hamlin. 12th, Keselowski. 13th, Larson. 14th, Blaney. 15th, Elliott. 16th, Stenhouse. 17th, Buescher. 18th is Almirola. 19th is Jones. And rounding out the field in 20th is David Ragan. Pace car peeling off of into pit road. Green flag for the Baskin-Robbins 350. We're racing at Phoenix. Early moves and contact. Truex and Suarez hitting each other. Byron all over the back bumper of both of them. 3 wide for 3rd heading into the corner. Scary contact between them going off of turn number 2. Already hitting each other and going 3 wide. This is a ridiculous start. Kligerman leads lap 1 over Suarez. Still 3 wide midfield. As they head down the backstretch. Lots of close racing mid-pack. Still side by side for 2nd, that is, between Suarez and DiBenedetto. Can Suarez power by on the outside? I think he might be able to do it. Oh, here comes Castle looking to the inside, going in turn 1. Bit of contact. They save it. Castle also hungry for positions quite early on in this race. Dibby gets into him again, and then they go on the wall. Around goes the 95, the 00 of Castle in it. Johnson, Byron's in it, Almirola, Brad Keselowski, Suarez, and more are involved in the first caution of the day. Started by William Byron, who caused the earlier wreck. And now he looks to probably be out of this race thanks to that incident. So a look at the incident as they came off of turn 2 and went through the dogleg on the backstretch. Byron tries to go to the inside of Suarez and just hooks him. Dibby turned into the outside wall. Castle involved. Bowman gets a part of it, as does Truex. Johnson with nowhere to go, as is Elliott and Almirola. A lot of guys involved in that crash. Early on to start that race, we saw a lot of action to start it. And all of it just comes to a climax. So the 24 is out of the race. No pit stops, it seems. Everyone stays out. And let's see if they pit this time. So, Kligerman the leader, Bowman 2nd, Truex with his damaged car in 3rd, Bowyer 4th, and 5th is Harvick. So a battle between 2 points leaders, as both of them are going to be starting next to each other. Green flag back in the air. We are racing again at Phoenix, and Harvick looking to the inside of Bowyer, going in turn number 1. side by side for that 4th position. Kligerman looking to pull away from Bowman for the lead. Here comes Stenhouse to the inside of Hamlin as everybody's stacking up behind 4th. Down the front stretch they go. Bowyer still edging ahead. Bowyer's the one with the buffer, though, so he can take it a little easy. He's got 14 points on Harvick, and as it looks like we might have had a wreck, and we did. Almirola got sideways. Let's have a look at what happened there. As they went off into turn 1, De Benedetto just on his rear, ended up dumping him, I think. Yep, he just turned him around. No caution for that one. That was way in last. So for the lead right now, Kligerman over Bowman, over Truex, and here comes Bowman to the inside for the lead. Now Harvick and Bowyer might want to try to take it easy, but they can't exactly do that. Kligerman is 3rd in points, if I'm correct, and entering this race, and will have a good shot at maybe taking the points lead. He's about 60 to 50 back entering this race. So that's not what these guys want to see, with him leading a lot of laps early on. But Bowman trying to fight past him. They're still side by side for the lead and have been for the past couple laps. As they go down off turn number 2, Bowman on the inside, Kligerman outside. Kligerman has a Toyota behind him, but Bowman's going to have to work with a Ford. But the Ford is closer than Truex is able to get to Kligerman, which might be the edge that he needs. Kligerman still leads that lap. Can Kligerman maybe lock up the most laps led before the end of this race? He's led all of the laps so far, which is 12. But it looks like he's finally going to lose the lead to Bowman. Oh, here comes Bowyer! 3 wide for the race lead. Stenhouse looking on. Bowyer gets into him! In the inside wall is the 14. Stenhouse dumps championship contender as they go down into turn 3, and Stenhouse is sideways. And around goes Bowyer again. Sideways is the 14. Right up in front of Stenhouse. No caution. Excuse my coughing from recently. Terrible news for championship contender. Clint Bowyer gets turned into the inside wall by Stenhouse, who has been causing a couple problems this season. Stenhouse is barely even going for anything. He's in the last couple spots in points. And look at that. He just dumped a championship contender. That is not going to go over well for him. Bowyer is going to be hunting that 17. Meanwhile, for the lead, Kligerman falling back. Bowman leads. Bowman can still get the most laps led if he leads from here on out. Kligerman led a total of 12 laps until lap 13. So now, Bowman is currently leading. Almost 3 wide for second. Kligerman is still stuck on the high side. And got passed by championship rival Kevin Harvick. Harvick is the only one of these championship contenders who is going for his 2nd title. He already won 1, which was the season before the one before this one. So Harvick was the season 5 champion. And is now trying to go for his 2nd. In Season 7, and Blaney trying to get to the inside of Hamlin, which isn't going to work. Hamlin still holds the lead over, or Bowman still holds the lead over Hamlin, over Blaney, over Harvick, over Larson. Larson could use a good points day. He is not doing too good in the standings. Kligerman back up to speed in 6th. And Blaney goes to the inside of Hamlin for 2nd, if he can get that spot. Bowyer is still trying to chase down Stenhouse, as it is a huge stack up currently, thanks to 2nd place being a battle right now. Harvick looking to make it 3 wide down the front stretch. Can't quite do it. Harvick is there on the 12 and the 11 if he can just make a good move under brakes. He is there to do it if he can. He's going to have to worry about championship rival Kligerman, though. Harvick pushing Blaney clear of Hamlin. Blaney isn't clear yet. Now he is. Will the 12 make the mistake of trying to go up? It looks like he is going to stay clear, though, even though he did go up. Blaney will stay clear of the 4 of Harvick. And Kligerman back up into the top 5. With Bowman still leading. Bowman hasn't exactly had the best season. It's been rather mediocre, hovering around 10th in points for most of the season. If he could win a race, that would definitely help him and maybe even catapult him to possible championship form. Bowman in the lead over Blaney, who are both pulling away from 3rd place Harvick. Kligerman in 5th, Hamlin running 4th, and I believe we might have lap traffic. We do. It is Almirola who is running severely off the pace. Blaney has caught the 88, and he has no pressure from anyone behind. So if he wants to make a move, and he's going to use the lap car as a pick, is it going to work? Now that they are side by side, those guys behind are catching fast. And Almirola goes to block the 88. To the inside goes Blaney for the lead. Ryan Blaney to the race lead. And I believe now Kligerman might have the most laps led locked up as they're 3 wide with the lapper. Kligerman trying to maybe get 2nd. Hamlin looks low. Ooh, that was scary. Everybody filtering past the lap car. Bowman continuing to lose spots. And it looks like Kligerman's going to grab 3rd from him and go after championship rival Harvick. Blaney now to the lead. But Kligerman got something that he probably wanted, leads the most laps, also qualified on pole. But something he doesn't want. Kevin Harvick is in 2nd and is running directly behind the 12. If Harvick passes the 12 for the lead, Kligerman is going to have a big problem on his hands. Especially since he is still stuck side by side with the 88 of Bowman. Next lap car is De Benedetto, which isn't as off pace as the 10 car was. Down into turn 3. Can Harvick get there? 8 laps to go and 7 to go this time. 7 more laps for Ryan Blaney. He's got the lead over championship leader, or not leader, but championship contender Kevin Harvick. Down towards turn 3 and 4, with now 6 to go. The gap is growing between second, and that is exactly what Harvick wants to see. Kligerman is stuck up on the high side, battling with Eric Jones. And now, ooh, Ragan can't get to his inside. Kligerman's still stuck on the high side. 5 to go. If we get a caution now, the race is over. Which will mean that they'll have 1 lap to settle it under racing back to the caution. Jones up into 3rd, Ragan in 4th, and it looks like Kligerman is going to fall outside the top 5. Four laps to go for Ryan Blaney. But it's not over yet. With Harvick behind, he might have a bit of a problem on his hands in the form of that 4 car, who is running a lane higher, it looked like, trying to run higher on entry and lower on exit, trying to find the grip. 3 more laps around Phoenix. The battle for 3rd is still kind of on, and Kligerman has fallen outside of the top 5 and is now running in 6th, and has finally slotted in line. He's in a decent position, but it's not where he wants to be when his championship rival is in 2nd with 2 to go. And lap car of De Benedetto is in the way of these guys. Can they get past? Catching him into the dog leg. Blaney blocks Harvick and is able to stay in front of the 4. But now Harvick is right on his bumper and Blaney is struggling with pace. Can Harvick get around Ryan Blaney on the last lap? White flag. 1 to go at Phoenix. Harvick is right on the bumper of the 12. Into 3 and 4. Last chance for Harvick. Harvick dives it to the inside. Side by side through 3 and 4. Can Kevin Harvick get the win? Here they come off turn 4 for the win. Ryan Blaney's going to hold him off over championship contender Kevin Harvick and gets the win in a very close last lap moment. Harvick almost got the 95, can't quite get past, and wins out. 2nd place for Harvick will probably be enough to take him to the points lead. So the rest of the order, in 3rd is Jones, 4th Ragan, 5th Buescher, 6th Kligerman, 7th Hamlin, 8th Bowman, 9th is Larson, 10th is Elliott, 11th Truex, 12th Stenhouse, 13th Castle, 14th is Bowyer after heartbreak. 15th will be Suarez, 16th Keselowski, 17th Johnson, 18th De Benedetto, 19th will be Almirola, and rounding out the field with a DNF will be William Byron. So, a look at the point standings now after that race. Next race will be at Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 400. So, looking at the standings, Kevin Harvick wins and takes the points lead by 35 points over that 14 of Clint Bowyer. And third place will now be Kligerman, and fourth is going to be David Ragan after a bit of a poor result. I think Ragan was in third and now loses out to Kligerman. All these top guys, and maybe Jimmie Johnson might also be in the championship fight going into race 14. So, and the bottom top group, yeah, Stenhouse isn't even doing any chance, doesn't even have any chance in points. He is in last in points, behind only De Benedetto and Larson. And Bowman, who could have won that race and led a lot of laps, drops out and is back in the place he's been basically all season, 10th in points. Right at the median between the top guys and the bottom guys. So I'll catch you next time for race 14 at Charlotte. Gonna be an interesting one. We'll see how that one goes.